Let's take a look at the dumbest rules in sports. I was inspired to make this video because I saw this clip, which blew my mind. It just happened a few weeks ago, but there's a football player, like American football player called Devin Allen, who's also a really fast runner. And he was trying to run the 110 meter hurdle, but he false started and he got eliminated. But I want you to take a look at the false start. Just take a look at this.
Set. Gonna do it again.
So I think this is the way it works, by the way, is in the sport of running, you are not allowed to leave your block within a second of hearing the gun. You're not allowed to pre-jack it. You have to react to the gun sound. So you have to wait a full second, or a full tenth of a second. Excuse me, a full tenth of a second. And if you false start, you are eliminated. The guy on the right is who got eliminated. You can't react within a tenth of a second. Do you want to know how fast he reacted? You can see it on the left here. 0.099. You get automatically disqualified if it's under 0.1.
React faster.
But you can't even see that he's faster. And the thing is, I feel for Devin specifically because I also suffer from the same thing. Reacting too good. So let's take a look at some of the other dumbest rules in sports because there's a lot of them. Goalies are not allowed to play the puck over the red line hockey.
I thought he was bored. Looking at it now, it's pretty funny.
Look at Patrick. Look at this. What is this? He's out of his mind. It's a penalty now. He carried the puck over center ice. You can't do that as a goalie. Patrick's nuts. Look at Dvorsky.
That's so dumb. Hockey rule is just that the goalie can't pass half the half of the ice. This reminds me of another one. This is the dumbest one.
I know a lot of people that watch these don't follow baseball. If you haven't heard, this is the biggest story that's going on. Fernando Tatis Jr., he is one of the better players going in the major leagues right now. He's so fun to watch. He hits his 10th homer on the season. He's going off. He's having fun. He should become one of the big faces in baseball. Now it's a 3-0. Now here's where it gets fun. The unwritten rules say you shouldn't be swinging on 3-0, especially if you're up 6 runs after the 6th inning. They're up 7 runs. Why do the unwritten rules say this? Well, because pitchers historically are huge babies, and they masquerade that with toxic masculinity. And if you piss off a pitcher, well, he can just throw the projectile at you and hurt you. That means you now have to let him throw a strike right down the middle.
That's so fucking dumb. He's dumb for throwing 3 balls. If you want to get strikes, then throw a strike. Just play better.
He pops it over the wall for his league-leading 11th home run. Woodward, the manager of the Rangers. Oh, okay, I see you. Okay,
He's got one of those nods. It's like, yeah, I see what it is. Oh, so this is what we're doing today, huh? So this is what we're doing.
That's how it is. And then here's his manager, Jace Tingler, kind of giving him a look like, I don't know. I'm not going to celebrate with you about that. Then the Rangers bring in a new pitcher, and the first thing he does is he throws behind Machado's back because they pissed off his teammates. Then they get out of the inning. Hosmer makes the last out. He runs down the line. He looks at the opposing dugout and says, hey, we'll talk to him. And then Hosmer talks to Tatis. Look at the face he's making. He's getting a stern talking to. He's being told how wrong he was. He's having zero fun.
Dude, it makes no fucking sense. Like, that's the whole point. Do well. Do your best. Hit as many home runs as you can. All right, what else? What other dumb baseball rules are there?
MLB is in the middle of a culture war that has been going on for over 100 years. Today's players are talking more wearing more chains and flipping more bats than ever. Less than a decade ago, players did this same thing and were thrown at, hated by opponents, hated by teammates, and hated by fans. All because they violated the unwritten rules.
The unwritten rules are only in existence because you can retaliate by throwing a ball at someone. That feels fucked up.
Hit a walk-off, stared him down, yelled at him, used his bat as a broom to sweep him off the field, tossed the bat towards Garrett, threw his helmet, and took his jersey off before he even got to first base.
Okay, that's a lot. You know what? I'll make a new rule. 1 action between each base. You can't sweep and take the shirt off. You gotta pick.
This has resulted in no punches thrown or hit by pitches, but if this happened in any other era of baseball, Javi Baez would be in big trouble because historically, any celebration whatsoever was a punishable offense.
Well, I guess the difference now is that nobody's watching, so how would they know that he's talking shit? That's probably the problem.
In 2012, Aroldis Chapman used to do somersaults after getting a save, which pissed off so many people, his own manager made him stop. And in 2014, when asked what would happen if an MLB player celebrated like an NFL player, Torrey Hunter said he would beat him up even if he was on the same team. But today,
what?
Torrey Hunter said he would beat him up even if he was on the same team.
That would start the biggest brawl in Major League history. I would drop my glove, chase the guy down, and beat the shit out of him, and I'd do the same thing if it was on my team. I actually figured out how to fix baseball. The problem with baseball is that there are unwritten rules, and the way they are enforced is by throwing a ball at 90 miles an hour directly towards a human, which is very painful and unwarranted. However, what if every single batter had a ball in their pocket, and if they got hit, they would take it out and they would throw it at the pitcher? Or you have a guy, so what you have is you have the guy who's batting, and then you have the guy on deck. You have a third dude who's standing there with the ball, and he's just counter sniper. And if you hit my guy, my third on deck guy, bink, clocks you. I feel like I've solved baseball today. Taunting rule. American football. You made a rule against taunting? Yeah, that's dumb. Going out of bounds on a return kick.
That makes Green Bay a much better football team. Randall Cobb. Gonna let this one roll, and he's gonna down that. That's a brilliant play by Cobb. By standing out of bounds, he took the kickoff out of bounds. A brilliant play.
Because it's illegal on a kickoff to kick it out of bounds. You have to give the other team a chance of returning it, or you kick it all the way through the end zone, and then that's a touchback, so you get the ball at the 25-yard line automatically. So what they do is they step out of bounds, then touch the ball, so the ball is technically considered out of bounds. You know what? I kind of like this because it's kind of gigabrain.
Nugent kicks it away. Kicks it out of bounds. They're going to say out of bounds.
Look how happy the ref looks. The ref looks like a proud father. Like finally someone read the rule book.
A so-called rival can't beat them.
Yes, but yesterday that all changed for your beloved Volunteers. That's a live ball.
It's always the Packers. What, do they plan for this?
See how he deliberately gets out of bounds.
Okay, well, now what about this? This guy is out of bounds, lying. You see him there. He's lying out of bounds and stretched out. What if I was then lying on his hands? He had his hand stretched out, so it's my toe on his right hand, my toe on his left hand, and then I stretch out even further. And we continue this link until we cover the entirety of the field. And then when the ball comes down, if any of us grab it, our out of bounds chain, the ladder we've created will result in 40 yards every time. Doesn't work that way. I'm technically out of bounds.
Touches
Try
the
to think outside the
football.
box. My fault, I guess.